Happy August 19th, 2019. Isn't it wonderful? There's two 19s in that. You know, I don't think it'd be better if it was there were 19 days to the month. No, 19 months in the year. It'd be 19th, 19th, 19th. We can only do that on the 12th, and that's it. Those days are gone. The 12th of December, 2012, at 12:12. Cannot do that anymore unless you invent the time machine. There's still lots of time. Very special day. Not today. Tomorrow at 2:10 p.m. on August 20th, 1959. It was a marvelous occasion, a wonderful occasion. Maybe not for my parents so much, but for I. For it was the day I was born. At 2:10 Mountain Standard Time, before Daylight Saving Time. Time is important, I think. I'm kind of weird about time, aren't I? Well, and what's so remarkable about that is that I invented the time machine. No, I didn't. But I could. Maybe if I would have studied physics more, been smarter at math. That doesn't look very likely. But I could. I could do it through you. Because if I wasn't born 60 years ago tomorrow, neither would you. And neither would the inventor of the time machine. Because you could do it. You're 16. Albert Einstein did not develop his theory of relativity until he was 26. It took him 10 extra years to figure that out. 10 years. Came from a very average family. And, well, what do you think about it? Don't put yourself down. Don't think you're lesser than anybody. He had a hard life. I mean, harder than your life is now. Really. Quite a bit. And so have a lot of other people. But there's people who've had a better life. Too. And that may seem sound meaningless. Sound pitiful. Let's break for a couple of jokes. Get out your pen pencil. Why are mountains the funniest place to travel? Because they're hilarious. Now, where do math teachers go on vacation? Times Square. That's in New York City. What do you call an unpredictable camera? We're not talking about the Twilight Zone episode. It's called a loose cannon. There's a camera maker called Canon, like Nikon and Pentax and Skippy. No, they make peanut butter. But for sure, Canon makes cameras. And that's it. I wrote these down for you. What gives me greatest pleasure in my life? You. Yeah, you give me a bit of a hard time sometimes, but aren't you supposed to? You're supposed to. That's how you uh, grow when you're an older parent, especially. Yeah, but your kid's giving you a hard time for some things. That's where you draw upon your life experience, my life experience, to help you. You're having difficult time with friendships now, and as did I. I was very similar, except I didn't have any internet friends at all. So can you imagine that? No internet friends, zero. Kind of like now. Well, what is an internet friend anyway? An internet friend is not a friend at all. So you know, they're not real. And I had very few real friends. And the one real friend I had that I was close with, uh, I lost that friend because I was crazy. Well, I don't know why I was crazy. Well, one time, I think it was in grade 8. His name was Vern. In grade 8, I was sitting at the desk. I remember this clearly. And I was just overcome by emotions. I grabbed my pen, I smashed it on my desk, then I reached over and I smashed it into his arm. Well, that kind of ended that friendship a little bit. But if I would have had lots of other friends, it wouldn't have been so bad. But I didn't have many other friends. I never have. You don't have to have tons and tons and tons of friends. But you do have to have a sufficient amount of them because you will lose friends on the way. You know, there's the ones that you smash pens into their arms. There's ones that may get hit by space junk. Some may be walking down the street and fall into a sewer, and that's it. They get going down into the system and never be found again. And there's others that are abducted by aliens, or go out to the national forest and disappear. There's those friends too. So you're going to lose some friends in the way on this long road of life. Some will be overtaken by coughing disorder, disease. That's life. But if you only have one or two and that happens, it's not a good thing. I know I've said this before, but my mother gave me the same talk. Unfortunately, I have to give to you. What? She said the same thing to me. I'm not going to repeat it. Make more friends. But how do you make friends? Try being 60. Well, I'm not 60 yet. Try being. I doubt I'll have some friends by tomorrow, so I'm going to be going on a limb here. Try being 60 and having 0 friends. And are virtually unable to make friends because you can't speak the language where you live. Try that. You see, there was the other day when you were really upset because I asked you to apologize, and you were rude to me. When you were rude to me, which I thought was amazing because you apologized for everything else that you don't need to. And you thought I hated you. But of course, you know that's not true. If I hated you, do you think I'd give you any boomerang to go? I'd find somebody else to give it to. I don't know who, but I'd find someone else. Actually, I wouldn't be writing the story. In a silly story, fun, and entertaining, and delightful story, that is. One day, I'm sure it will be published and become a great novel for people to take in school. An entertaining type thing. Strictly entertainment. But why would I do that? You know I don't hate you. But you become overwhelmed with emotions. And so same kind of emotions that caused me to do that. Like Ben, thank God. But, oh my God, I said it again. I said it and gone a minute over. So over 11 minutes. But this is an important subject. And where do we go from here? Here I'm trying to make you not like me. Do you realize when my parents, after I did that to my friend, Vern, they sent me to a psychologist. It wasn't a psychiatrist, it was a psychologist. And as well, what else happened? I don't remember what else happened. Life just went on, and I didn't change much. There was nobody to really help me. I think my mother was afraid of me. Of course, I didn't hit anybody with a hammer like that one guy did, David Wood. But my parents threatened to send me to this school called the St. John School for Boys, which was sort of a wilderness school. It probably would have been the best thing in the world for me. I was terrified. I just would not allow that. I just was freaked. You know when you freak out about, well, a few times about going out? That's how I was about that. I wouldn't have it. That was different reasons, though. So, you gotta listen to what I say, and we're gonna try a bit of a different tactic to your eating. You're going to try consuming sort of like something every 2 hours. An apple, banana, hard-boiled egg, a smoothie. Doesn't have to be a giant amount. Some vegetables. Oh, it could be a veggie smoothie. Those onion ones. An onion smoothie. Ooh, I like those. Didn't you love those things Mommy made with onion in them? I like them. Well, not really. That'll keep you going. I mean, I knew you'd have a hard time yesterday. Man, after I talked with you on the phone, after you called me from the fair, the cultural fair, you sounded good, but you didn't eat anything there. Doesn't sound like, I don't know. And you definitely didn't eat anything at the birthday party, which you've now seen advice what to do at birthday parties. Why am I pointing my finger this way? I don't know. Because I'm trying to point back the other video. Now you know what to do with birthday parties. You're feeling overwhelmed, go do some breathing exercises, then go into the kitchen where there's fewer people. People will come to you, and it'll be a much smaller crowd, and it'll be comfortable. Give it a try. I want you to try it. You try it. It'd be a good thing. I distracted myself once again. I'm the master of distraction, aren't I? Pitiful, so sad. But you have been the inspiration of my life. And I thank God for you. Thank you, Odin. Thank you. A lot of things go back to, there's so many intertwining little things in life. But like I said, it's if you believe you're nothing, you're never gonna do anything. So how do you start? Well, and by locking yourself up in a room, how can you believe you're anything except in the room? Watching negative things all day long and being, except for stuff I give you. So, positivity, good nutrition, listen to your parents. As it says in the good book, honor thy parents. You don't have to like what we say, but you should honor them. And for that, I don't want this to hit 17 minutes. This is one of the longest ones so far. I'm concerned for you because I love you, and we'll talk again. Or I'll talk again. I wish you'd send me some videos. Try it sometime. You might have fun. Bye.